How's it going, guys? This is the Friday, March 27th workout. It's got a power lift to it. It has one back, a chest, and two secondary legs. So we'll have a quad, and primarily a quad, and we'll also have a hamstring. So the first exercise is going to be a clean and press. So you get your dumbbells, feet are going to be shoulder width apart, toes slightly outwards. Again, I'm initiating with a foundational deadlift position where my thighs are 45, my back is 45. I come all the way up into that shrug position, scarecrow, bringing my bells in close to my body, not reverse curling them in that catch phase. From this position in transition one, I'm dropping into a catch phase position. My transition two is I go deep into my squat, my hips are below my knees, I come all the way up utilizing a push press position to have those bells press overhead. When I'm pressing overhead, they should be at the crown of the head or slightly behind the head. Peripherally, I should be able to see the bells or my hands. And then you'll repeat that process, okay? Remember that the shrug, scarecrow, and catch phase is all in one fell swoop. No pausing at the waist before you come up. Also remember that when you're in that high position, your body, you're not bringing the bells up to your shoulders, you're dropping the body underneath the bells. Okay, so if you feel any impingement in the wrist, in the elbow, in the shoulder, by doing that catch phase, you're probably not doing it quite right. You're probably trying to bring it up to the shoulders versus dropping down in that deep squat position and then coming up. So on the bench, bent over row, which is going to be supinated, so that means palm's going to be forward. If you don't have a bench, you don't need a bench. You could use a chair also. The knee goes just at the back of the chair. Hand is in the front, so basically your backrest will be here for your seat. You'll stagger your base foot out. You'll have a slight tilt with the bell, not completely resting, just a slight forward tilt. Pre-stretch position in the elbow. I'm going to allow my body to dip just a little bit and then dip, bring it up just a little bit. So as I drop down, I have a slight torso rotation. When I'm rowing to mid-rib. I'm focusing on contracting that lat on my own, not just letting the weight do it for me. And if y'all never remember anything, I tell you that one is the most important one. Really practice in trying to contract the muscles on your own, not just letting the movement or the weight do it for you, whether it be body load weight, whether it be dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, you name it. Make sure that you're trying to focus on that. And the better you get at that, the more you'll be able to recognize what muscles are actually being activated. So on the next one, it is a one single arm close incline chest press. Now, you don't have a bench, you don't necessarily need a bench. You could basically use the corner of your bed, just something that basically is, slightly padded in the back, something that doesn't obviously move forward or back. And then when you're resting up against it, your hips are dropped down and you're in this position here. Now when I come up, I'm in a close position, so I have a slight supinated position. My elbow is close to my side. My hips are close to the floor. I come up, focusing on contracting my chest on my own, right? Keeping the supinated position. I want to be careful of flaring out. If I flare out and I pronate, then that means my anterior delt activates more. So I want this position here, and I'm trying to get as much stretch as possible and lift as possible. Now when I'm down in this position, I want to make sure if you're looking from up to down, this would be the position that I'm at, where my hand is actually slightly below my chest when I extend out, okay? And of course the arm, anatomically, you can't technically get completely perpendicular, but you want to have the arm close to perpendicular with the ground. If your arm is extending out this way and you're inclined, guarantee that your anterior delt is actually having to hold that arm up, and it's not a whole bunch of chest. It's a little bit less chest than it would be shoulder. So on the next exercise, it's just going to be a wall sit. Now on the wall sit, if you're adding weight, make sure that your weight is not right over the knees. Because if it's right over the knees, basically you have that entire bone structure that's holding the weight. So when it comes to actually getting a good quad workout, when it comes to that hold, you're not really getting a whole bunch out of it. So feet are going to be shoulder width apart. I want to make sure that when I shift, my thighs are almost 90 degrees and my shins are almost 90 degrees, and I'm going to hold this position. And I'm not obviously here. If I want to do weight, I want weight either at mid-thigh or I want them at the hip level. I I wanna make sure that I don't set them right over the knees. Now, the next one is going to be, since we're dealing with more free weights, and there's a few things that we're missing, I am having to change the workout a little bit so we can actually utilize some of the exercises. So some of the exercises may be a little bit same or close to the same. We'll mix it up by a little bit of variation, but obviously, like, we don't have, a lot of people may not have the bench to be able to use some of this stuff. So Romanian deadlifts. So my feet are gonna be hip width apart, activated chest, shoulder blades back. As I work my way down, my weight distribution is falling into my heels. I wanna make sure that my back does not give out. So the more tense I have my back, the more tension I have in my pelvis, the more my pelvis puts tension on my hamstring. It's all connected, right? So as I shift down, I should have a little bit of a bend in the knee, but not a major. As soon as I bend, that releases the hip and releases my hamstrings. All right, so I want to use those hamstrings to come all the way up. Keep it an active back. If you feel that back give out in any way, then you want to come back up, refocus, and repeat. Now on the Metcon today, you'll have 2 Metcons for the Friday 27th workout. The 75-yard sprints, don't forget to do your dynamics with that. I will post them on Wodify for you, but I won't post them on Facebook or Instagram. And then the Seal Jacks. Now the Seal Jacks are here. Those are your Seal Jacks, and I'll have all the numbers posted for Facebook, Instagram, and Wodify. Thanks for watching.